Hey YouTube, let me just share some wisdom from you. This is a nugget that God just downloaded in my spirit. And I believe it's for somebody out there today that may be watching this video. Whenever you are watching, this happens to be 12/29/2011, and we're getting ready to embrace a new year. But I want to tell you something. Finish strong. Finish strong. Finish strong. And with that thought, I want to say this. Listen, change is inevitable. Change happens. And I want to say this to someone who is struggling and wrestling with changes. Whether it's change for self-improvement or change for a better life, which is still self-improvement, change to have a better marriage, change to be more committed in ministry, change to a better commitment to take care of your health, change for a better commitment to commit to your family life, or just changing the way you think, changing the way you deal with things, the way you deal with people. Change is inevitable. It's going to happen. So it might as well be for the better. Let me tell you this, and I put this on my status message just a second ago. You don't owe anyone to remain the same. People may like when you remain the same, but the statement, Stacey has not changed one bit. Oh, she ain't changed, girl. She's just the same way. That's not a compliment. If it's been 10 years since you last saw me, and if I have not changed since then, that's a problem. I should be different. I should walk and talk and live differently from when you first knew me. Change for the better. That's what I'm talking about. Ain't nobody mad but the devil about that. That's a statement we say. Ain't nobody mad but the devil. Because the enemy wants to get you in this rut to where he clouds your mind into thinking that you owe it to somebody to stay in that same position. I don't follow this woman that I'm about to mention very closely, but my mother actually brought this to my attention. Y'all know the celebrity Monique. And I don't particularly follow Monique because Monique is loud and she got a big mouth and she uses profanity, and I don't particularly like a lot of the things that she says and she does. However, there is one thing that I can't say about Monique. When it was time for her to make a change, she made a change. And I'm talking about her physical appearance now. Even though she had written a book, I think it was called Skinny Women Are Evil or something like that, to that nature. And that was her, ongoing joke for a while. When it came down to her own physical health, it wasn't a joke anymore. Did Monique ask your permission to lose weight? Did she ask your permission to make a change? Did she ask your permission? Even though she had made a good living on the earlier part of her career as a larger woman who was unafraid to appear before the national television audiences as a plus-size woman, when it was time for her to make a change for the better, when her health was on the line, when the doctor say, honey, if you don't lose this weight, your heart is not going to be operating in the right capacity. I'm just, saying I don't know if that was a particular health issue. And there were a lot of people, this is the article that my mother actually brought to me, that there were a lot of people, I think she heard it on the radio show, Tom Jordan or something. I don't really listen to Tom Jordan in the morning, but she listens to it on her commute to work. And she said a lot of people actually approached Monique or wrote Monique or are supposedly angry at Monique because she lost weight, because she was their champion for plus size people. And if you ask me, Monique is still a little plus size. She's still a little thick. She looks good, okay? But this video is not about Monique. I'm just using her as an example that she had to make a mature decision to change in spite of what she had already established as being herself. This is just me. I'm a plus size person. Okay, so whenever you are changing for the better, you don't owe it to anybody to remain the same. Just so they can make the comment, oh, she ain't changed one bit. Honey, that's not a compliment that you haven't changed. When you find a better way to do better, do better. When you know better, do better. Okay? Just want to drop that little nugget. That's for somebody today. That blessed me. And I was just meditating on some things. That blessed me. Now, I'm not saying change for the better and start acting, change for the worse and start acting funny with folks. I'm saying change for the better. Okay? You don't owe it to anybody. Oh, you know, that's just Nene from the hood. Oh, Nene thinks she's something now. Look at her. She done got a new house. She done got a new car. Nene, out to all the Nenes out there. Honey, you don't owe nobody to stay in a bad place. You don't owe anybody to remain struggling. You don't owe it to anyone to remain the same. People like you sometimes better when you're struggling, because they feel like they got somebody to relate to. But I say it like this: after I've been faithful, after I have done what God has asked me to do, after I have lived a holy life by the grace of God, and God desires to bless me, I'm walking into my blessings without apology and without permission from anybody, because you were not there when God had to bring me out. You were not there when I had to cry. You were not there when I had to suffer. You were not there when I had to struggle. So now that I don't have to, praise God, I don't owe nobody no explanation as to why I'm deciding within myself to make a change and to do better. So I pray that you are encouraged and empowered and strengthened by those words. God bless you.